if you'll enjoy Katabasis, but I can tell you who I think would like it and what I thought about it. Katabasis, or Katabasis is about two Cambridge students, Alice and Peter. They're sort of like rivals because they're two of the brightest students at Cambridge. At this Cambridge, they study magic, but something's gone wrong, and Professor Grimes, who's the tutor of Alice and Peter, has landed himself in hell. So Alice and Peter need to go through hell to find Professor Grimes and bring him back somehow. I've seen a lot of reviews where people have said that this story is too dense and too academic. I can see how people think that way, but I'm also not surprised given that it is an RF Kuang book. I saw a real distinction between Babel, and Yellowface, where Babel was dark academia and explained linguistic concepts in a way that was both introductory but fun for someone with background knowledge. Yellowface felt much more straightforward and scandalous. The more her books go towards fantasy and dark academia, the more explanations you'll find. When it comes to this, people will fall into two different camps. You might be the person that just wants to see a plot driven forward, so you just want to see where do Alice and Peter go and do they find Grimes. Or you're the type that wants to feel like they're a part of the story and that you leave learning something. If you're someone that can sit through a movie and just experience it without questioning anything, then you'll probably find the theoretical bits of Katabasis to be a bit disorienting. If you're someone who's constantly questioning the whys and the hows during a movie, then you're probably the type that will enjoy learning about the paradoxes and the physics of hell. As for how to read it, I found it best to read it on an iPad. I don't know about Kindle or Kobo, but in the Books app you have a search engine. Anything I didn't know, I could just highlight it and it would give me a little summary. I also didn't do the recommended reading. I know about Orpheus and Eurydice and Dante's Inferno, and I felt like that was enough for me. I just wanted to go into it at face value, and I enjoyed it. Initially, Katabasis reminded me of Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo, which I didn't like. I found it to be too YA, but that subsided. I'm also not a romance reader. I'm not into romance or romantasy, and it's not because I'm adverse to it or anything. I just prefer the darker reads. I was happy to see the romance aspect wasn't so in your face, and it was done very tastefully. The characters went through a hell of a lot of development. It never really dragged. There was always something new happening, and I really enjoyed the cat cameos. I think if you enjoyed Babel, you'll enjoy Katabasis or Katabasis or Katabasis. What is going on? If you're not a fan of theory or learning concepts within a story, then you're better off with something like Yellowface. And if Katabasis was a song, I think it would be Let This Haunt You by Slaves, and this is Alice speaking to Professor Grimes. See you tomorrow!